Hey, man, what's going on? It is the Ace Micheals Show. How do I know? I have no way to prove it, actually, but it is. And if you ever want to be on the show, you're welcome to come on board. We'd love to have you. Our email address, if you want to email a request to be on the show, is beonthebuzz@yahoo.com. And if that is too complicated, and I know it is for some, and I get it, you can just call us. You can call us at 702-540-3498. And that is what's up. My good friend Tracey's with me today. Tracey, how are you? Looking lovely in your white backdrop, black top, got your bling going on. What in the world is going on with you today, Dorlin?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, Ace, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Big pleasure.
It is such a pleasure. I know you and I were talking. It's been a long time coming, and you know, I've been watching you the past year. Love what you do, but this is a pleasure being here, and I'm so excited to be here, connect with you, connect with the entire audience here. So yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Now, as far as schedule's concerned, the reason that we haven't been able to connect is mostly because your schedule is so busy. Bring people up to speed a little bit, because I know what you've done, because I met you at an event. But yes, maybe other people don't really truly know the magic that is Tracey.
Ooh, let's share the magic. Thanks, Ace.
Yeah, share the magic, would you?
Let's do it. Well, I can't believe it was just a few weeks ago. It will be a year. And so there I was. So just a little bit about me and what I do. So one of the many aspects is I do a lot of motivational speaking and keynote speaking, especially to women entrepreneurs, to sales team, and I do it globally. So there I was in Las Vegas. I was there at a great big women's expo. There's about 10,000 people there.
Wow.
And they brought me in as a keynote speaker. And we just really talked about, you know, finding your voice, finding your purpose, what that looks like. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in your life. It doesn't matter what's happened. As I've always said, your journey has brought you to the now. And now is right on time. And so just really having women understand their purpose, their self-worth. But most important to me, it's all about creating your future self. Like, what is it? You don't have to have the perfect life and the perfect body and the perfect background. And that definitely for myself, just coming from a very rural town in Ohio, to be honest with you. My parents, you know, neither one of them were college educated. They didn't, you know, ever really push me to go to college or do anything. But I will tell you, Ace, I definitely had a dream. And at the age of 16, I said I wanted to empower women. Now, I have to tell you, I had no idea what that meant. I was like, am I going to be a counselor, a psychiatrist? Like, what does that mean? But I could just see that people didn't own their self-worth. And I loved listening to people. And I loved being, you know, practical and relevant, and just having them own their power and whatever that was. So besides the keynote speaking, I have my own women's conference as well. So I go in for big companies and also have my women's conference. I'm also a business executive. So I've been doing that for 20 years. Running sales forces of, oh my goodness, I shouldn't tell you this, like a off the chair, up to 500,000 people in 9 different countries.
Now, Tracey, I have 2 questions. The one is, if you're doing these things in different countries, I presume you speak 9 different languages or something, right?
Well, I have to tell you. So people do ask me that a lot. They're like, so do you speak these different languages? So thank heavens, everywhere I've gone so far, they're all, you know, they understand English speaking, right? I always say, you have Australia, New Zealand, you have the UK, you know, so.
Wow, that's interesting.
I have had people come with me, and I have had translators. I mean, when I've traveled, I'm going to be really honest with you, I would love to learn a different language. I think it's better when you're a young girl or a child, right? No matter if you're man or woman, because now at this age, I'm like, oh, I can't take on one more thing. We'll just take a translator with me.
Yeah, exactly. Just grab a translator, please. So then my other question was, what happened to you to make you decide that you were going to be a motivator? Like, doesn't one have to have something that motivated them to become a motivator? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you have a life-changing experience yourself?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I will say, like I said, you know, as a young girl, I felt like that I wanted to impact people. I didn't know really what that looked like. And I will be honest with you, when I first graduated to put myself through school, I ended up doing hair. So I was in a salon and I'm working with other women, and I realized, oh my goodness, how much power there was in helping people feel beautiful, helping people feel heard that sat in my chair, but also seeing the other stylist. And I realized how much, like, you know, I would help them truly find their gifts. But to your point though, I was 19 years old. I was a teen mom. That was not part of the vision. Ace, I'm telling you, everybody me. Right? I had this goal. This is what I say to everybody. This was not part of the timeline. This was not part of the goal.
Sure.
But I've always said, like, things happen in your life that are absolutely, even though at the time you think are imperfect, that are perfect. So it made me definitely be laser focused. And even more focused on what I needed and wanted to do in my life. So I didn't go back to school right away. I didn't have this perfect plan to save the money to put myself through college. But I will say along the way, though, I, you know, like many people out there, and it's okay, I had a great starter husband. And it was my starter husband who gave me that drive, who said, you know, I mean, I will admit this, and I share this, you know, every day when somebody tells you you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're never going to do anything without me, you know, and you get told that literally every day of your life for years, you know, it definitely can affect your thinking. But I wasn't going to let that happen.
How does the marriage of the personal life and the professional life come together for someone who's living such a public life? Like, you know, I live a public life, but it's only for 15 minutes on a screen, and it's not the same. I mean, you're in the embodiment, flesh and blood. You're standing there in front of new people every day, strangers. And then you've got to take some of your work home with you and bring some of your home to your work, right? So what does that look like in the real sense for a professional person?
Yeah, I'm glad you're asking this, because to your point, at the end of the day, I'm helping entrepreneurs and women, as I've said, always put together this quote unquote sustainable, you know, business plan. But what I realized, and I'm glad you asked this question, is they're like, Tracey, but I'm losing my pet self. My relationship's falling apart. I feel like I'm physically, you know, not taking care of myself. And I realized the success was not about title. I mean, I'll ask people, was success supposed to be being frazzled and burned out and working 24/7 and your spouse looking at the apple on the back of your phone all the time?
Right.
Was success supposed to be constantly like, oh, telling your children, we're all guilty of this, like, oh, just one more minute. Well, and now 2 hours, not 2 minutes have gone by. So I will tell you from my own life lesson, and I got really passionate, and this is why I went back to school to be a holistic health practitioner after 14 years, is you have to learn how to put boundaries in place. Okay. You know, that online screen all the time. So I will share with you that it's okay to say no. You know, I said a toddler, no is a complete sentence. Pick up your toys, no. Eat your peas, no. As men and women, we don't say no. It's not a complete sentence, right? We don't want to disappoint people. You know, we want to be able to think that we can do it all. But I said, know what you want. Understand, I've learned to be able to say, at this time, I'm focused on my business, but also making sure I have time for my family. I'm sure you can appreciate that. I end everything, Ace, with, I'm sure you can appreciate that. At this time, I'm not able to do that. Perhaps follow up with me. But learning to put and then working with your family. I would tell you, Ace, this is huge, because I've said to my family, like, when there's going to be times it's going to get busy, I'll sit down with them and I say to them, like, listen, this last week of the month, honey, I'm probably not coming to bed. Let's just be honest, right? Kids, I'm not going to be. But can I have your support on that? Let them know. Because what we do is we just get so busy, we let it roll. We don't talk to them, and all we do is constantly ignore. But let them know. But then when it isn't extremely busy, always make sure, but listen, in the evenings from 6 to 7 or 6 to 7:30, I'm always going to give you this time. But no, I'm going to work my business from 8 to 9. Like, so you have to work with your family, with whatever's going on. You sit down and say, can this work for us?
Right.
Is this what's good for us? So I'll tell you, it's taken me a long time to do that, but
you got there.
Boundaries to say no.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you have any rules on your social media? For example, I recently, I deleted all my Facebook friends. Okay, I still can connect with those people that I know through Messenger. They still can connect with me. But I found that my day was becoming ruled by somebody posting something, and then I have to stop and I have to read it. Like literally like somebody's delivering a newspaper to me every 5 minutes. And every 5 minutes, the headline catches my eye, and I go, whoa, wait, what's this about? Wow, really? Wow. And what I found was that all of those wows were getting in the way of me really getting things done during the day. So I tried it last week. I deleted every friend off of Facebook so that I don't get the new posts. I can still post things and I can still reach the crowd that I need to reach.
Yeah.
But that was something that worked for me. And it's only been a week, but I feel better about it, right? So my question is, do you have social media rules that you set for yourself, your own rules? And maybe you want to share some of those with us.
Oh gosh. Again, this is so perfect because I think all of us can relate, whether we have a business or whatever it is. Okay, one, I'm going to say to everybody right now, listen to me. Turn off the notifications.
Okay.
Turn the notifications off because those pings and dings all day long, to your point, they catch my eye. It's like a news sign. I have to read that. What's going on? Well, now I need to comment.
Right.
And I realized my life was being ran by the pings and dings of social media. Okay?
Right.
Now, I've not deleted all my Facebook friends like you, Ace, but one, I say to every, I don't care who I'm working with, I'm like, we're turning off the notifications. Okay. Because that busy work isn't getting you anywhere. But we're all, I believe, a little ADD and distraction. Two, I literally have to set time for myself. Like, this will make your flesh like crawl. Like, anytime you put something different in place because you're so used to looking at your phone all the time, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I will only allow myself 3 times a day to get on. In the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And I have to set a timer. We've all been like, 5 minutes, it's been an hour and a half.
Right.
If you are going to set boundaries in your life, turn off a notification pings and dings because we're all too squirrel. Second, say to yourself, I'm only checking Facebook. Believe me, nothing life-shattering, I promise, is going to happen.
Right.
And if I can share one more thing, may I?
Sure, of course.
Because I think for all of us, especially if we're growing a business or whatever it is, instant messenger. People love to constantly be sending you messages all the time.
Right.
And here's what I'll say. Get clear on how you want to communicate with people. Because when you're trying to answer text messages, like you said, from voicemail to email, you cannot effectively. And if you can, I want to meet you. Like, do it all. And so I've set boundaries in places that here's what I copy and paste it. I'm like, and I'll wait a couple days. And I literally, either my assistant or myself, if I get to it, copy and paste. Thank you so much for contacting Tracey. She's unable to answer all of her messages. Please send them to X. I have a certain email box. This is where you communicate. This is where I check 5 days a week, 2 hours a day in the evenings. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, right? I can't manage all this everywhere. No way. So those are my social media, kind of tips and boundaries. Give it a try. You'll thank me.
Those are good. Yeah, and especially when you deal with, we're talking about business applications, but when you deal with a person, or if you are a person who's got this social media influence going on in your life, and it's also personal. So now you've got Patty's breaking up with her man, and Jenny's over here fighting alcoholism, and then your other friend is fighting cancer, and you're getting all of these messages while you're also trying to look for a job, or while you're also at your job trying to look for another job, whatever, but it's all hitting you at the same time. And I think that's good. The sense of focus, I think, is important. I agree with you 300% on that.
Absolutely. So you still get to talk to Patty, do whatever, but you have those set times, but you're focused on what do you want? So again, you can balance it out and do it effectively. Because I will say, when you're answering all day long, right? We've all even been in the bathroom before. People have said, I see you can go to the restroom, Tracey. I'm in a board meeting. I'm walking down the hall. But I'm like, no, because then you're working 24/7. You're burning yourself out. And you feel like you're not getting anything done. Make the window of time.
I agree. And you're not getting anything done because you're just on social media,
That's right.
which was never, no one's ever said at the Academy Awards, first off, I want to thank social media, you know what I mean? So it's not the way to go. So when you think of your success, and you have been very successful so far, when you think of your success, do you think that it's attributed to your good opportunities, your good looks, your good fortune, your good behavior? Like, what would you say made Tracey the most?
Yeah, and I really do believe it is an attitude of gratitude. I'm going to say this 100%. There was a time in my life, right? It was like, well, until I have the perfect body, I'm not going to be happy. Until I make this much money, I'm not going to be happy. Until I have the perfect home. And gosh darn it, if I could change him too in the perfect spouse, I'm not going to be happy. But I'm being serious, and we've all been there before. But when I literally started being thankful for what I did have, I was thankful for where I was in my career, right? I always say positive energy. I don't care. Everything is energy and vibration. I've literally worked with, executives it doesn't matter, just women in my life. Mm-hmm. And I said, when you change your thinking and you're in gratitude, it just opens the door for more good things to come in. Because if you're not thankful for what you currently have, how can you take on any more? That's what I said. If you're not thankful for that. So every morning, this is no lie. I mean, I literally, when I wake up in the morning and I look up and see that I have a ceiling above my head and I can feel a mattress on my back, I'm not kidding. That's how I start my day, and I say, thank you. And I go brush it is as simple as that changing and that peace that you have. And I really just think in the process, because it hasn't been easy. People say, oh, look, it's all been handed to you, or somehow you just gotten lucky, Tracey. I mean, I don't know about that. I really think that I definitely show up. I tell people, show up. Even when you don't think, right, I need to be more successful, I need to do this. You still show up, but have that attitude of gratitude. Let things come in your life. Because again, you can't accept more if you can't handle what you have and be appreciative. So even at night, I have this little red rock beside my bed. And as silly as it sounds, I pick it up every night, and I am thankful about 3 things that happened during the day. And I really believe that attitude of gratitude and being thankful for the journey. And I always envision, I'm thankful for what I have, but I'm always staying focused. And it's one more thing I may say. I literally say this every day. I say, just allow the people, circumstances, and events in my life, whatever's most to be, I literally put my hands out and say, just allow the right people, events, and circumstances come in my life. I'm just open to it. And bam.
And bam. And that's what's up. Hey, I can't close the show stronger than that. Tracey, how do people reach you if they want to follow what you're doing? They want to come to see you speak. They want to buy a book, a video, a DVD. They want something. Give them something to hang on to. How do they do it?
All right. So I do. I just so everybody knows, not only do I help, entrepreneurs with leadership skills and personal skills, but I'm also a holistic health practitioner. Because I'm all about believing, about really having strong relationships and taking care of yourself, and self-care isn't selfish. So I have e-courses for all of it. I've also written a book. And my website is The Lady V. So THE, The Lady, LADY, and then the letter V is in victory. And I always say The Lady V because my name is Tracey Vlahos, but everybody calls me Lady V. So it's theladyv.com, and you can connect with me there and find all my social media.
And I was going to say, and that's why you're The Lady V, because people can't say Vlahos, and they sure can't spell it.
They sure can't spell it.
And that's what's up. Hey, man, it's been the Ace Michaels Show. Tracey's been my guest today. And you know what I say at the end of every show? I still mean it with my whole heart and soul. Live the life you love. Love the life you live. Thank you.